Hello, welcome to another edition of How to Build Hampers, and what we are looking at is a gourmet hampers. Okay, so when you're putting together gourmet hampers, there is a difference in terms of the product selection. So each hamper that you put together has different considerations, and this particular video is going to show you how to pack the more gourmet-esque parts of hampers so that you can actually put interesting things in and not just be restricted to more, I wouldn't say mundane, but more traditional sort of standard types of hamper components, which tend to be longer life. And
yeah, I think we're taking a step towards a traditional hamper, but how can you make it more interesting and make sure that the food and the products that you select are of the highest quality? So
first thing that we're going to do is, you've probably seen these before, but we're going to have roughly what we want as our top layer. Now with a gourmet hamper, you're going to have lots of expensive component parts. It's not just going to be a few. Everything in it is going to be gourmet, because you don't want to claim to be gourmet and then everything is not gourmet. So it has to be the smallest producers, and it has to be the freshest of producers. So how do we go about then building it so that whenever the person opens it, they go, fabulous.
Okay,
this is gourmet.
So we've got our top layer here. So we'll keep those products for last, obviously. And we will see then how we build up the bottom.
Yeah.
In this one, again, we do have quite a few jars, so it is important where we place them. Neil will show us here.
Again, what I'm doing is I'm taking the thicker, fatter things where I know that the thinner top is, so that I solve that problem just like that.
Okay.
And then the remainder of the things, I'm thinking as well about breakage aspects of it. If I've got glass there, I want something soft underneath it. I also want to ensure that, say, something like this, which is on the bottom layers, I don't want to crush it and you arrive all messy. You can sort the packaging out around it, but if you don't consider what's on top of it, you defeat the purpose. So I would be placing all of these things sort of like this. This jar here is going to fit into the bottom left corner because there's nothing else here. And in terms of here, I would be then looking at putting, let me see, just a nice arrangement, something that works. There we go. Works something like that. And then this, and get more straw.
Yeah, more straw. Pack it into the corner, nice and tight.
There you go.
And make sure your jar is upright to avoid spillages. And then lots of straw, so it is not, if it's dropped or moving about lots, there's no impact on it. You're making sure it arrives safe and as lovely as you packed it. And
if you're looking at making this yourself, all of your products are going to be a various mishmash. They're going to be packets, they're going to be boxes and whatever. A lot of other hamper companies will just brand everything themselves and whatever, but because we are buying from all different types of people, we don't rebrand their packaging and whatever. So it makes it much easier for us to do these videos for you, because it's more reflective, isn't it? As to how you would be doing it.
We're adding more straw then to create our top layer and make sure that whenever your family, friends open this gift, that there is a real wow, that it looks as good, it looks as much as it costs, you want it to
the hamper keeps giving. It's not just one layer and a whole lot of packaging. It's a really good production which goes through 2 layers. What you've actually got there, as you can see, I've put together a hamper from the perspective of, look, we've got the duck there. And this is the thing about it, you don't always have to go with what is trending or whatever. This duck here is like, it was a really advanced technology or whatever, which sort of got forgotten about. And it can make your hamper so much more exciting and interesting. And that's what we mean whenever we say gourmet. We're not just doing gourmet the way others would say
Yeah.
that, okay, well, this is gourmet. No, it's not. It has to have something different about it. So if you're going about putting together your
Yeah,
hampers,
definitely go to your small local shops,
Delicatessens.
find what is there locally, support locally, and it will inevitably create a better basket. You've different products, different tastes,
Yeah.
and
you have to be kind of innovative. They have to get things which are, you know, like duck or whatever you would associate that with. Like that's really unusual to find in a hamper, and you can't usually do it. You can't just put uncooked duck or whatever. But there are unusual little food producers all around the place, and it's just a case of finding them in your little shop, supporting them, and putting them into your hampers to create gourmet hampers. And if that would pretty much wrap up probably our tips here, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's really product selection when it comes to this, and then making it look as beautiful as it can through tiering.
yeah. So then we can finish off with a bow for the final touches.
There we go. So this would be our Emerald Treasures hamper. We've been making thousands of hampers for dozens of 20 years, and we always have something which defines each different style of hampers. These are our gourmet hampers. We think that these stand out in a sea of other contenders, and we're looking forward to seeing maybe some of your ideas in terms of what goes into your gourmet hampers, or what you think should go into gourmet hampers, because we believe that the concept of gourmet hampers has sort of veered away off to what is convenient rather than what is gourmet.
So if you are interested in creating your own gourmet hamper and you want to take a step away from the traditional hamper, these were our top tips. If you enjoyed this video and want to see some of our other hampers, feel free to look at our other videos. Thank you.